everybody. Well, a happy Tuesday to all across the Delaware Valley. What a night last night. And it was simply Citizens Bank Park as the Phillies welcome in the Brewers, right? Good team. So for all those people saying, Phillies don't beat a good team, right? Good lineup that was raking, and Zach Wheeler shut them down. But we'll get into that in a little bit. The real story, again, was the vibes. The vibes at the ballpark, this time to welcome home Rhys Hoskins. And it was just an awesome night, right? It worked out perfectly. The Phillies win. The lone run was a Hoskins home run. He gets thrown out at the plate. Like, it was just one of those nights. And it was so Citizens Bank Park. This is the Anthony Gargano Show, and we're brought to you by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. That's right. Check out TrueMark.com/PHLY or stop into your local branch to learn more about the credit union difference at TrueMark Financial today. And listen, I heard from a couple buddies, right? What are they, for real? What do they got to cheer? Why they cheering Hoskins? Who's Rhys? I couldn't stand Rhys Hoskins. He was a butcher at first base. He was not so streaky. Wherever you feel about Rhys Hoskins, forget it. Put that to the side for a moment. It was less about Rhys, and quite frankly, I like Rhys, but less about Rhys and more about the fans' reaction to a guy that had a moment, right? To a long-standing Philly who had a big moment against Strider and the Braves during that amazing run. And the outpouring and the beauty of love toward Rhys was exactly what the vibes of this whole team's about. It's the vibes of the ballpark. It's something so different, so unique, that of course they were going to cheer Rhys Hoskins. Of course, even the boos, which were not malicious boos after the home run, turned into cheers, right? Like, it was just that kind of moment that this ballpark and this fan base has instilled. That's the culture. The culture of Citizens Bank Park and surrounding the Phillies is that of warmth and love. It's completely so foreign to sports. Yeah, it's about the Phillies winning, of course. There was let's not get it twisted. Because they were cheering Rhys, it didn't mean that they were wanting the Phillies to lose. Of course not. But it was just paying homage to a guy that was a part of us, right? He was. Say what you want. He was here for a long time, right? And, listen, he had a great eye. He was a right-handed power bat. I thought they could have used him last year, right? I was hoping he was going to be able to come back because right-handed power bat would work the count. Remember what happened against Arizona in 6 and 7? A guy working the count like that could have changed things. But whatever. That's not even the point. The point is that this fan base reacts with that sort of emotion. And that's unique across stadiums and arenas across the country. You don't find that. This is something special that needs to be cherished, right? And each of these moments, and it was cool, right? Like, so we'll go into where Hoskins steals second, and then there's the base hit, and Rojas with a gun throw, right? JT tags him and then pats him on the ass walking back. I mean, it was fabulous. In fact, Fransky says, here they are, two buddies playing at the Sandlot. And that's kind of what the whole thing was, man. And if you want to call it, saccharine, or you want to call it, a little, that kind of way, I'm sorry. I think it's beautiful, man. I freaking love it. I love every story. It's a June game, early June game, and the Phillies win. Listen, They are 42-19. And last night, right, you get David Dahl call up. And you remember Dahl from the Rockies. Phillies had him, signed him to a minor league deal. Comes up and, look, they need some help in the outfield. And he's got a little pop, and he showed it last night. Home run Dahl. My man Eddie Wright, the best Dahl in the history of the Phillies, surpassing that Omar Dahl. So Dahl gets 2 hits, home run. Wheeler, 7 innings, 5 hits, a run, 3 strikeouts, 6 walks, 114 pitches. What a night. What an outing, right? Zach on his way to the Cy Young. We saw the Cy Young votes, the standings for the Cy Young, and it's Wheeler and Ranger and Nola. And Zach was tremendous again last night. He'll be off for a while, so it was great. You can stretch him out and go to 117 because you have the off day Thursday. You get the London series Saturday and Sunday, so you have a lot of the off days. So he's not pitching until the middle of next week. So you got a whole way of rest there. What a night. Again, 42-19. It was yet another momentous occasion that happened at Citizens Bank Park. And then the other thing, it's sure looking like, and we were talking about it off the air, it's sure looking like a 2009 rematch. How about this? Now, I know it's too early for playoffs, and we're not doing that, but both the Phillies and the Yankees, 42-19. The Yankees, Judge and Soto are out of their minds, and, of course, we come at it with the pitching. So it's pretty I got one eye out till like October, right? One eye out. Phillies-Yankees would be outrageous. That would just be a fun series. Anyway, just interesting because I didn't even realize that they were 42-19. Like, you think Phillies, they're scalding hot, but so are the Yankees. So it's actually it's a lot of fun. That's Popping Off, brought to you by Olipop. Find your favorite Olipop flavor at your nearest Wawa. We always love that. And let me tell you something about the show today. So coming up, Matt Gelb, who covers the Phillies for The Athletic, will join us at 9:25. We'll talk fightings. And then at 10 o'clock for the sit-down, Sean Padden. And I love college football, right? I love college sports. So Sean is the GM of Nebraska football. He was here. He's a local guy, born and raised in the Delaware Valley. He's a great dude. Philadelphia through and through. He'll be coming back down the shore. But he's the GM at Nebraska with Matt. He was with Matt at Temple, Carolina Panthers, and now Nebraska. And I thought it'd be interesting to have a conversation about the world of college sports and paying players and what it is. It's a wild scene. So he's going to give us some insight in this sit-down about college sports. But, of course, the Phillies on the front lobe. Good morning, JP.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, VG. Greg Caputo, John Zapata.
Hello.
What do you say, boys? How about it last night?
How about them fightings?
Yeah, I think it went a little too far for me. And I'm a Rhys guy. Yeah, I was
VG.
Yeah, I liked it all up until the song. He doesn't deserve the song. That's like a Chase Utley Cashmere, like it's a World Series return. The standing ovation, great. The love, great. I'm out on the song. It's a crappy song. I don't want to hear.
It's not a good song.
It's not a good song. And he didn't deserve the song. He deserved everything else except the song.
So you go, put the song aside.
Yes, the quality of the song or just the song
Just
happening?
that song.
Yes.
Put that song aside.
Yeah.
The ovation.
Great.
The love. And whether you feel, because I heard from a lot of friends. I'm going to read you a text from a buddy of mine.
There.
All right. But it's not the point. The point is that place is different.
Oh.
And we have to embrace that. Like, you want to embrace that place. That place is all about goodness.
You know what it is for me? Cause it's because like, you hear the national media talking about how we treat our players, right? We're too hard on them. But then you have a guy like Rhys Hoskins, who granted we were a little hard on him, but it was all in that brotherly love that we always talk about. And he comes back and we give him that standing ovation. Guys, it's not that hard. Rhys did put his, he played his butt off here while he was here. And so we showed that love back. And I thought, you may not like the walk up. I thought the whole night was pretty cool. Even like the steal in second base, then JT Realmuto tagging him at home plate. Like it was all a great story.
It was a great story. So here's a buddy of mine. Ready? Can you please explain all this slurping over Hoskins? I would have driven him to the airport when he left.
Oh, come on.
Right? Morons. I guess they would have applauded him if he hit the game-winning home run. I couldn't stand him. Streaky hitter and the world's worst first baseman.
Where do you go with the home run? Do you applaud or not applaud?
No, I'm not applauding a home run by an opposing player. Get the hell out of here. No way.
But again, it's not the point.
Okay.
The point is what these fans do.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
is
absolutely.
the story. It's part of and it's unique.
And I think one of the things with Rhys that I feel, and it was special him coming back last night, is the way he went out. Like, he's missing out on a great run right now. The greatest ballpark. They're the best team. It's the best atmosphere.
And he appreciated it.
And he was like a part of he was homegrown. He was here. And
It's part of the tough years.
the way he went out, if he didn't get injured, he still might be here. They might have extended him. Who knows? So there's you feel sorry that he's missing out on this.
Well, and I listen. I don't listen. We know about his glove at first and all that stuff. I get it.
He had a glove,
and right. And and listen, he wasn't a part of the plans. I mean, the minute Bryce goes to first, I mean, that's what it is. Like,
yeah.
And Bryce is actually a great first baseman. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Right? You just can't afford to have Schwarber and Hoskins in the same lineup.
Exactly.
But it's not even about any of that stuff. He was a homegrown figure, like you said, VG. He did have that amazing moment, the spike in the bat, Strider after the struggles in the Padres series was amazing. So there nothing wrong with all that love that was shown, and that's part of those fans, what they do. And as far as cheering a home run, it's context. You're winning the game, so they understand. Like, if it was 3-3 and Hoskins hits a home run, they're not cheering. Like, they're not cheering.
Yeah.
It's about context.
It was like Chase Utley when he came back with the Dodgers.
It's not like Chase Utley. Chase Utley won a World Series. He's a Mets nemesis. It's a different level for me.
Not the same love, but
It's a different level. Chase was a different. Chase was obviously way more beloved than Rhys,
Part of
right,
an
than
important
Hoskins.
team. So
I get it, and it's funny. I had to. What Steve, what my buddy said. Steve, what my buddy said. I understand where he's coming from. Like, believe me, I get it, but I think he's missing the big picture. And I actually had to, because I feel the same way. Like, you never cheer a guy coming home, and you never cheer a guy doing well on his return, right? Hitting a home run or whatever. You don't do that. Except here, the context works. And I guess that's kind of why I embrace it.
And don't forget, him and the wife, they bought hundreds of beers for the fans. They have a lot of goodwill here. And it was cool to see.
I did his charity, by the way. He had a charity. He would have he was a great charitable guy, Rhys. And I hosted his charity event a couple times over at V, right here on Broad Street.
Good dude, right?
He's a great dude.
Yeah.
And listen, the Phillies don't
Very
have
charitable.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, the Phillies don't have a long decorated history, right? These past couple of years have been a lot of freaking fun. And Rhys Hoskins, honestly, is one of those cornerstones of these past couple of years. And so when you see him getting that standing O, when you see him getting the video montage as well, I understood it fully. I mean, Rhys was an important part of the past couple of years.
I think what was special, what was really nice, was rarely do you see them break the game itself happening, and with them having fun with each other.
Yeah.
Like JT coming out just to pause the game so he can get his ovation, so there's no time clock. Great. Them smiling at each other when he steals a base. Great. And did you notice when Rhys gets tagged out at home, he looks like he's running to the Phillies dugout by muscle memory. He takes a couple steps that direction, and he's like, "What the hell?" He's got to go back over to the Brewers side.
It was wild, and then and then JT pats him on the ass, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
he gives the hug to Bryce Harper at first.
That's beautiful. And here's the thing that bothers me, right?
Okay.
And see, when in our culture we meld everything together.
Okay.
So because we showed so much love to Rhys Hoskins, it then is, look, you're soft. We're so soft now. Well, that's not really true.
Right.
Like, there are some aspects where I do agree that we're way overly coddled and soft, but not there. This is not something that should be lumped into some sort of society soup, right? What's wrong with the ills? This is actually what's good about of today.
Can I be honest?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, honestly, when I was watching like that standing O, I did get a little emotional because like of what I just said in the beginning. Like Philadelphia, especially the national media, always gets this like negative connotation, right? And seeing everyone stand up for Rhys Hoskins like that, I got proud of being a Philly sports fan in that moment because like that to me was just a beautiful scene, especially for Rhys Hoskins. So like I got a little emotional. Call me emotional.
Well, dude, I mean, listen, it's when you have that sort of outpouring of emotion, it's going to touch you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're human, you understand the human element. It's a cool thing. And
it was a beautiful scene.
This clubhouse and those players are tight.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's like one of their buddies coming back and you're playing. Fransky said it on the radio broadcast where he was like, like they're playing at the Sandlot. Like they're buddies at the Sandlot.
Yeah.
Like that's,
we
can all appreciate that.
It feels like we're all tight.
Yeah.
Even the fans. And going back to last year, we had hoped he came back to the World Series.
Right.
He never got his send-off. Even if he played, if he would have
That's a
came
good
back
point,
and
BJ.
played last year, we knew he may not sign here. We could have gave him that walk off
And
the
quite
field,
frankly,
round
again,
of applause.
it's not like you're looking at it now going, I wish he was here.
No,
No,
right.
I mean, you understand it. Like, the right thing happened.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm getting crushed. They're saying I kick over sandcastles, I grab lemonade and stiff the kids. I'm going tonight, and I'm going to applaud him when he comes up for his first at bat. I like the guy. I just thought they went a little overboard. And am I okay going down and applauding tonight because it's the first time for his first at bat?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. BJ.
Yeah. Listen, it's a new. Here's how I look at the rule. Now you tell me if you guys agree. The first series, you can get applauded every night because there's new people that go to the game, right?
Yeah.
But after the first series, the statute's off. Like then gotta.
Yeah.
When he comes back into town, it's done.
Yes.
Yeah.
It works for me.
If we're playing the playoffs, I'm booing him.
Yeah, whatever. Of course. I mean, like ultimately in the end, I mean, that's exactly what, you're going to do.
Yeah.
Because look, I just go back to what this whole vibe is at that yard.
Yeah.
And it's so unique.
It's very special.
It is. I can't tell you when I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've covered sports a long time. I can't tell you when I've seen this before.
In the run with 08, 09, we had like 2 years of straight sellouts. It still wasn't like this.
It wasn't.
The energy was not like it is right now.
No, it wasn't. And it could have been whether it was the Trey Turner thing last year.
Yeah.
All that stuff. It's even different. The singing, the dancing, dancing on my own, that whole thing.
Yeah.
During the last 2 years of this whole run, it's been completely different.
Mm-hmm. Rick Sachs says, never cheer an opposing homer in a tight game. The ovation was amazing as always. After that, screw you.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I just keep going back to one thing. I don't want anything to change at that ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that ballpark, we're seeing something special, something almost bigger than all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I'm not trying to be like too dramatic about it, but when do you see this? I mean, this is a sellout crowd, like reacting like this every night.
Yeah.
This is different.
Well, you mentioned the Yankees, the revered, revamped Yankee Stadium. They're having a great year. MLB and ESPN do not show the crowd at Yankee Stadium the way
No.
they show the crowd here because it's not even close matching energy-wise.
And one more thing on the clubhouse, because that's the big thing that the national media talks about is the vibe with this clubhouse. Last night was another clear example of the vibes down in that clubhouse. The fact that a big piece from the past couple of years comes back with this new team, and you see the way our current clubhouse reacts to it. I mean, this team is truly special. The vibes are high, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We all silly like the mayor.